A very good afternoon to Dr. Kwan, Dr. T, and also my fellow classmates. Alright, so first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Wong Yun Sin, and also my group members, Tan Wen Xiang, Yak Pui Ling, Ong Zhen Jun, Tong Jia Chen, and also Abad bin Lukman. Alright, so we are from the tutorial for Group 1. We are going to present on a chapter 6 with a case application 3, which is on a topic of a new kind of structure. Alright, so this is the case application 3 with the topic of a new kind of structure, which is we will be going to present it in this presentation. So first we will be come up with the 10 points of the summary, and also next we will be discuss on the discussion questions, which are the 4 questions that given by this topic.
Good morning, doctors and my friends. My name is Wen Xiang. Do you ever think that sometimes you are doing work that makes you boring? I think most of you have this trouble, even though in many big companies. Pfizer employees also face this problem, but they solve this by getting a magic button. First, let us know about some background of Pfizer. Pfizer is one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies located at New York City. It was founded in 1849 by two German-American cousins, Charles Pfizer and Charles Erhard. The main products of Pfizer are medicines and vaccines, such as Lyrica, Lipitor, Viagra, and Prevnar 13. In 2019, Pfizer has around 88,300 employees. As a global pharmaceutical company, Pfizer always looking for ways to help employees to be more efficient and effective. In 2008, Jordan Cohen, the Senior Director of Organizational Effectiveness, says that their Harvard MBA staff was spending a lot of time doing support work, but not their actual work. These people are hired to develop strategies and innovate. Instead, they were still Googling and making PowerPoint for presentation. An internal study was conducted in Pfizer to find out how much time do their employees spend on the minor tasks instead of their professional tasks. Based on the study, the average Pfizer employee was spending 20 to 40% of time on support work, such as creating documents, typing notes, doing research, manipulating data, and scheduling meetings. They only spend 60 to 80% of time on knowledge work, such as strategy, innovation, networking, collaboration, and critical thinking. This problem was not just exist at lower levels. Even the highest level employees were affected. For example, David Kane, an executive director for global engineering, expressed that he enjoyed doing his job, such as managing facilities and controlling a multi-million-dollar budget, but not dealing with the spreadsheet and PowerPoint. However, to solve this problem, Pfizer has a magic button to pass off the support works to individuals outside the company. My friend will then continue to explain about the magic button. Thank you.
Thank you, Wenxiang. Greeting to Dr. Kwa and Dr. Tay. I'm Jing Jun, and now I will continue the next summary points. The sixth summary point is Magic Button exists in Pfizer. It is Pfizer Works program, which initially called Office of the Future. This program was pioneered by Jordan Cohen, who is the manager of organizational effectiveness in Pfizer in early 2008. Pfizer Works innovation is designed to help employees to increase their productivity, work better, faster, and less expensively. This innovation aligns perfectly with the philosophy of taking the work out of works, whether it be business research, data analytics, creating documents, or any routine task. In early 2009, the Pfizer Works initiative was opened around 4,000 employees, and the employees were more than impressed with the initiative. And until now, Pfizerworks has already offered to more than 10,000 Pfizer employees with 5 services, which are secondary research, document creation, spreadsheet, meeting support, and project support. For each of these services, Cohen and his team make sure that the work is sufficiently structured and repeatable to hand off to a person in low-cost location. By using the Pfizerworks, employees can divert the tedious and time-consuming tasks to an Indian service outsourcing firm. All the Pfizer workers need to do is click the Pfizerworks desktop icon to send work directly to a support team in India or talk with one of the outsourced team members if the work requires explanation. For example, a Pfizer marketing director and his team is required to react quickly to market opportunities and customer needs. By using Pfizerworks, it allows him to take non-strategy tasks from the workload of his team and assign it to Pfizerworks. This will free up a lot of time for the team and then focus on strategy thinking and execution. When they carry out it, they are able to meet more market opportunities and customer needs that may not able to do before the Pfizerworks launch. The Pfizer employees have said Pfizerworks is not only great resources for them, but it is also incredibly efficient and timely because they can access Pfizerworks in 24 hours every day. Next, once the Indian service outsourcing firm receives the request from the employees, they will clarify the details with the latter and charge them a cost specification for the work when the employees agree with them. For instance, when a request is received, a team member in India will call the Pfizer employees to clarify what the job entails and the deadline for the job. And then they will inform the employees how much does it cost for the job. If the employee agrees to proceed, then the cost will charge to that employee's department. Pfizerworks has saved many work hours of employees in Pfizer. With the virtual assistant in India handling the routine tasks, Pfizer estimates about 66,500 work hours has been saved by employees who use Pfizerworks. This will actually empowering Pfizer workers to work more flexibly and engineer their most excellent workday so they can come to work every day and do the things they love and work on the really cool things that interest them. The last summary point is Pfizer wants their employees to work strategically instead of work tactically. All in all, Pfizer wants their employees to utilize their specific field of knowledge and talent in works instead of spending most of their time in doing the support works because it is not innovative for the company. Indeed, the Pfizer employees should spend more time in doing high-level tasks such as critical thinking, innovation, and networking to achieve the company goals. Next, I will pass the floor to my colleague, Hui to start the discussion question session. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Hui and I will answer question 1. Describe and evaluate what Pfizer is doing with its Pfizerworks. Pfizer is the world's largest research-based pharmaceutical firm and also a well-known pharmaceutical company. Most of their work depends on research, developing strategy, and innovate. Pfizer is continually looking for a new way of system to help employees become more efficient and effective. Pfizer helps his manager to spend more time on knowledge work when they are really need and less support by shifting time-consuming tasks with a press of a button. They are also happier because they spend time working on what they know and like to do. This strategy saves valuable employee time. For example, when he gives the Indian teams a complex project researching strategy action that work when consolidating company facility, the team put the report together in a month that would have taken 6 months to do. Pfizer find out that their workers spend more time on business research and data analysis to the creation of documents and other routine support like Googling, making PowerPoint, and spending so much time on menial tasks rather than knowledge work. The average Pfizer employee was spending 20% to 40% of his or her time on supporting work such as creating documents, typing notes, doing research, manipulating data, scheduling meetings, and only 60% to 80% on knowledge work like strategy, innovative, networking, collaborating, critical thinking. That's why Pfizer is starting to find a solution of this problem to increase their efficient and effective. Pfizer built a new kind of structure by using Microsoft Outlook where Pfizer can connect to an outsourcing company. Pfizer can connect with different workers by email where they can connect with any workers around world and get cost specification for their request work. Pfizer Works allow employees to shift tedious and time-consuming tasks with the click of the single button on their computer desktop. They describe what they need on an online form which is sent to one or two Indian service outsourcing firms. When a request is received, a team member in India calls the Pfizer employee to clarify what needs and by when. The team member send the email back with a cost specification for the request work. If the Pfizer employee decided to proceed, the costs involved are charged to the employee's department. That is the number of work hours estimated to have been saved by employees who have used Pfizer work. E-business strategy allows the company to have cost leadership, which means online activities. In this process, buying, order process, inventory control, and each other are done through online. It also brings a differentiation. It means the employee can have both knowledge on interest-based system and an online ordering and customer support. The whole world is based on online and computer. This is a strategy of e-business that is done by Pfizer work. By using this process, the time spent on analysis of data have been reduced and have many financial benefits. The employees also get rid of their boring work. That's all for me. I will pass it to another group member.
Thank you, Pui for the first question. So, hi guys, my name is Abad. For the next question is, what structural implications, good and bad, does this approach have? Think in terms of the 6 organizational design elements. So for our answer is, this approach Office of Future, which is Pfizer make a new concept of future office where they can connect their all offices around the world with each other, and their staff can communicate and share information with another staff from one office to another office around the world. So we think this approach is a good decision taken by Pfizer Senior Director Jordan Cohen. So next, this organizational structure also follows the 6 organizational design elements, which we learned in week 6. So for the first one is work specialization. Work will be done through highly specialized individuals or teams, so the output will be definitely high efficient and effective. This can be seen where Pfizer divide a job into different parts following their specialization. So it will reduce the workload of their employees by specialization. Hence, it will reduce the consuming process. So for the second one is departmentalization, where employees are working in different departments according to their specialization, and it will enable the employee to perform their best, and coordination can be attained in the functional areas. Pfizer facilitated by putting specialists together in departments under the direction of a manager. These departments are typically based on the work functions performed, such as the product or service offered, the target customer or client, the geographic territory covered, or the process used to turn inputs or into outputs. In new organizational structure, Pfizer also departmentalized through different geography area. For example, an employee can take any kind of information through one country employee to another country. So for the next one is authority. Authority and responsibility is related to the employees. position in the organization. In Pfizer, for the new organizational structure, hierarchy is also followed. In this structure, a single worker needs to request to its upper level, and after the employee receives the permissions, he or she can start to assign a team to complete the work. So from here we can see that they must follow a hierarchy level from upper side to downside. So authority is delegated downward from higher level management position to lower level. So for the next one is span of control. It is completely depends upon the experience and training of employees and the complexity of their works. At Pfizer, if employees are doing their support work, which is creating documents, typing notes, doing research, manipulating data, scheduling meetings, the span will be large. And if employees are doing their knowledge work, which is strategy, innovation, networking, collaborating, critical thinking, then the span will be smaller. So for the second last is centralization and decentralization. Pfizer choose both centralization and decentralization, but in different amounts, which allows Pfizer to implement their decisions in the best way and achieve organizational goals. So in the new organizational structure of Pfizer, the authority, responsibility and delegation of each employee is also being decided, and the authority of level is higher than the lowest level workers, and the responsibility is also high for the upper level and low for the lower level. So last but not least, formalization, which the company Pfizer allows employees some liberty in giving them sufficient autonomy to make those decisions that they feel are best under a particular situation. For example, Pfizer employee can decide to proceed for the requested work to the India team member, and the costs involved are charged to the employees department. So employee behavior is enhanced by the extent of freedom provided by the company. Okay.
My name is Dong Jiaqing. I will illustrate an answer for the question 6.25. Do you think this arrangement will work for others type of organization? Why and why not? What type of organization may it also work from? My answer is both. Firstly is yes. It is beneficial to Pfizer because it will help on increasing efficiency and effective of the organization. The second answer is no. It may be not programmed for others company because they didn't experience the same complication as Pfizer, and it doesn't work for the bank and others financial industry as the probability of information leakage is high. This is because the bank and others financial industry involve many of personal privacy information, and it will work well in the organizations whose core activities is do not involve any P&C item, for example, the marketing firm and public relationship firm. The firm can let outsourcing association to gather more information to produce more rigid proposal to cater more customer.
Alright, so now will be the last question. The question will be, what role do you think organizational structure plays in an organization's efficiency and also effectiveness? Right, so explain it. Okay, so the structure of a company is the organization of working relationships that split and organizes the responsibilities of people and groups functioning with a universal principle. So the majority people envision an organization structure in provisions of the familiar organization chart. So nevertheless, structure is far more than that. It entails the division of labor comprising roles, accountability and power, as well the organization of labor into units and inter or even intra-unit alliances. So when one looks at the structure of an organization, they will want to see if it makes possible or holds back the accomplishment of the mission and also objectives. Alright, so once you have decided how to group the functions in your business, you must assign duties to the people who you have hired to do a specific job. So the role of the organization structure is to find people who best fit each job description. So in the companies that have large enough to have multiple people in a department, roles help make sure that each person is taking care of key functions without duplication. Right, so for example, in the finance department, you might have a controller, accounts payable or payroll person, and also a person handling accounts receivable and collection. So each of these people form part of a team with an overall mission to manage the company's cash flows, while each has a specific set of duties that add to the efficiency and ensure the thoroughness of the team. Alright, so that's all from our group. Thank you